Hey, yo, yo, yo. Alright, so I haven't tried the new glitch yet, but I'm gonna do it with cheats on to start with, just so I can get a feel for it. And then we'll try the real no cheat version after. So in the real one, we need to navigate around these enemies without getting fucked. Oh. Oh, I didn't equip it again. Whoops. Yo, Agi? Should be able to just quit out in place. Try this again. I wouldn't be able to do that on a real run because like, when the guys see you, it starts an aggro chain and then you get sent backwards. Oh, I guess it's unstable ground up there. Thank God, not actually doing runs. Yeah, runs are pretty terrible. Oh, okay, you can't jump there because then you see the grapple point. Okay, I see. Hang on, I need to... Okay, we need to do like that. I like how those guys are like doing some sort of like anime, also a nice mesh or some nice texture seam right there. That is actually disgusting. What? Ugh, what is that? Game! Yeah. Quadruple A game, by the way. $179.99 video game, by the way. Not really, but... That's gonna be the price of Sekiro 2, though. For sure. Ah. Do I have my position tool? Save. I should turn chat back on. I just feel a little bad that the YouTube chatters are left out with it when I only have the Twitch one on stream. You're wasted? Oh, dude, this is hard. You know what I should do? I should lock these values to 0. So that for now I'm just practicing the timing. And then afterwards I can go into practicing the actual full setup. I think that's a good idea. That's also what I did with the other ones. Restore B. Fly. Hang on, I need to pull up the clip. Also, I can't believe that today we went on Discord again and glitch hunted and found another thing. I swear the 3 last times, or that makes it the 3 consecutive times, or yeah, I guess all 3 of the last times where I've gone on Discord with like Sarah, Worm, still, you know, glitch hunter people, we've always found something. Like this time we found not this, but a different application of this mechanic. And I say we, it was Sarah found this, and then time before that I found an Airswim entrance, and then the time before that I found Lone Shadow Skip. Okay, but I just gotta check the clip here with the positioning. It's like this. Imagine. Yeah, this just like, this looks like pure insanity what I'm doing right now. But it's actually like a goated jump or glitch once you get it. Oh! Oh, okay. Let me cook. Oh! Okay, so I think I need to be quitting out to get it to actually fully work. Let me just check his clip again. I can't remember if it's supposed to be like precise. Fuck. Definition of insanity right here. Whoops, I didn't swap that time. God damn it. Come on. Oh, maybe... Okay, maybe I need more like this camera angle. Oh, okay. Hang on. A Alibaba and a Sincel. Okay, I'm gonna try with quitting out instead of using the tool, because I know that the cheat tool is not as accurate as quitting out in terms of representing what you would actually have in a real attempt. So quitting out should give a better representation of that. Oh. Really? It would also probably be better if I had 2 prosthetics on my save file, so that I didn't have to do this like changing back and forth each time in my inventory, but that's just how this route is with that. So supposedly, if you get this down, and I can't wait till I hit it the first time and show you guys what it does, but it's supposed to be able to save up to 3 seconds or something like that. Not really been timed accurately yet. But we will be sure to do that once I get it down a little bit, because yeah. I have a pretty good idea of, you know, how it should fit into all the other stuff. Oh man, this is hard. Panic made it look very easy. So the good thing about this grapple swap is that you don't need to die on it, and so it means that we don't have to be very specific with the timing. We can pick our own timing as long as our lineup is good. Okay. What categories? Well, right now, probably only no Airswim, but it makes it more enticing to start picking up a prosthetic. So to do this technology here, you need a prosthetic. And getting a prosthetic, it takes time. And so it's a matter of whether the entire route whether over the entirety of the route you can save enough time to make up for it, right? And right now it's only really a couple where you can have that. Let me try. Yeah. So It will be used for any category that goes into NG+, and any category that has early prosthetics. It would be cool if the any % route could be rerouted in a way so that you would get a prosthetic, but so far there aren't that many things you can use it with for. God damn. Oh wait, hang on, I need to uncheck these. I had locked the value still. I don't know, that might have been fucking with something. Probably not, but... I don't know if I said hi, Arrow Light, but hey. What's up? I need to step up my game with the grapple swaps here because I'm kind of washed. And Geoguessr, that's kind of based, not gonna lie. I haven't played so much. Oh, I think I forgot to reset this. Thoughts on the Ghana/Guatemala car? That's not the same one, but... Or, well, I get it might be the same model of car, but... One is the, one has the tape, right? The Ghana tape. I can't remember which tape it is that it has. I think it's the... Is it... I don't even remember. I don't even know which way is front and back on that car. Front right black tape. Yeah, okay. And then the back right black tape is Reunion Island. So, yeah, good one. Yes! Come on! Way! There we go. Finally. It works. Let's try again. Bird covered? Oh, midway. I think. Dude, what is up with the unstable ground thing here? Like, this house is just apparently unstable ground. I guess it's because it's so close to the general. Yeah, what is up with that? Oh, nice one. Bro, what is that? I'm gonna walk all over it. Make sure I get some sort of stable ground position. Do they even have stealth mode on? Like how... Okay. But yeah, the islands are pretty tough. I've been playing, or I played a few games of the Battle Royale mode, and dude, it's so annoying, or it's so crazy that sometimes you just get put on like US Virgin Islands or Bermuda or some other small territory like that. They have a whole ass airport? Guess that's true. Gotten your friends with that a couple times. I don't have any friends that I can beat in GeoGuessr. That's probably a good thing. Oh, I forgot to load. Wait, I still haven't looked at a grapple yet. Hang on. Or is this just not correct? Okay. What? That was so weird. It wasn't updating my grapple that I'd looked at, even though I looked straight at that. I guess you need to do that. Starting to become like Elden Ring Sibs. I know, this thing saves like 3 seconds. If you do a YOLO path and all the gunners don't shoot you. So in other words, it's probably gonna save like 1 or 2 once we figure out a safe path up here. This grapple thing is super limited. Because you can only teleport from the 0, coordinates, which are like out in the middle of the void out here where my head is. Way over there. So this landing position only works because that grapple down there, down here, if you make a straight line over to 0, somewhere over there, then you know this thing just above me, when you come over on the arch, like flowing back, or flying back towards this thing up here, the roof will catch you. And so the only place you can go with this shit is essentially, you know, in things that are between where you are and 0. So you can't really go too many places. It's not useless though. It still has some uses, but nothing really major. It just looks like a sip, I guess. But it doesn't really let you break out of the lines that you're going in. Like how for a second there I didn't know what Y level to put me at. It is a funny one though. Like it looks cool as fuck. Yeah. Can you backstab him? Oh, you can probably... Okay, no, you can't. He doesn't see me though. Oh wait, maybe now, maybe now. Oh, okay, he doesn't... He can't, be backstab apparently. Oh, I'm so good. Way. Oh, wait. Wait. Oh, wait. Oi. Come on. Holy fuck. Wait. Let me cook. Please. Time out, come on. Ball timer. Ball timer, kick in. Okay, it's been way more than 30 seconds now, I think. I don't know if... I don't think he's gonna die from this. Not gonna lie. Is he even falling? I can't tell. Nah, surely he's falling right now. Oh. Okay. Ah, man, that's so unfortunate. That you can't make him fall, like, his... You know... The fall timer. Then you can't kill him with it. Damn. That's unlucky. Let me try to see if I can get it again. Never mind. It doesn't do shit. Man, I really had hopes that that was gonna insta-kill him and also skip his third phase. Well, unlucky. That's all I can say about that.
皆の衆分かっておるな。来るべきは芦名存亡の戦。一心様。皆の衆分かっておるな。参る。忍びよ。再び間に合えよう。
Yo, this would be a sick strat though. What? How's that not a dead angle? Oh, let me try the thing here. Man, I'm washed, I guess. Bro, fuck, let me out. I'm fucking round right now, but how are you? I don't get. I don't get how Yuruka manages to. To that angle. That one. Man, my thing for... dodging or deflecting his triple arrow only works at short range. I'm sure this is giving some people watching absolute like brain cancer to watch this. Fuck. What? Azul. Wow! Hey! Hey! I did it! Man, that third hit, that one, is really hard to hit. Alright. Let me return to the actual skip. A hexer. What's the glitch? How do you get it to work? It's a grapple swap glitch thing. Where you save a bit of time up here. So you do like this jump. And then when you're in the air, you gotta switch your prosthetic and look at the grapple at the very same time. And you'll get an insane teleport. Oh well. Insane teleport as in it looks crazy. But it doesn't have... It's not like game breaking really. Oh well. It's a game breaking... It's weird that it works. But it's not like something that completely contorts reality. I don't know how to hit. But yeah. Teleport glitch using a prosthetic cancel. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, it kinda cancels in a way, or it tricks the game into putting you somewhere that it shouldn't. So it kinda messes with the animation or something like that. Details on how it works, I'm not so sure about. Restart the game. I gotta... So it abuses like the place that I want the game to put me is I want to be put very, very far away. And when you haven't looked at a grapple, the place that this is gonna put you is at the default coordinates of the map, which is like way, way, way far away. The 0, 0, 0 coordinates. So each time I quit out, it's gonna set it back to 0, 0, 0. But if I look up at this grapple point, it's gonna update. So I need to do this glitch. I need to do it correctly without looking at a grapple. Okay, tapas. Oh, I think that was pretty decent, but maybe I didn't have the right position. Thought this position was good. Wait, with the community? Yeah, I mean the Sekiro speedrunning community, mainly. Oh, there we go. Airswim glitch in Mibu? When you say a, do you mean the, or do you just mean the existence of one? Because the only Airswim that I know of, or the only ones that I know of, are ones that uses this glitch. Where you do this and then you die mid-air to land in a specific spot. You can find the Discord server and all of the other stuff that's related to Sekiro speedrunning at speedrun.com/Sekiro. Can you jump? Oh, okay. You don't even need to dash there. You can just jump immediately to get the grapple. Can Airswim back to the Library Temple through Demon Memory and kind of get infinite beats? Yeah. I was the first to make a video about that. Who am I talking to? YouTube channels. Ballet jump, air swim, glitch after a boss. Can't remember what level. Tree one was patch. Well, I'm pretty sure it wasn't patched because literally only one thing was patched. The late jump, air swim, glitch after a boss. Oh, I see. I see what you mean. Ah, yeah. Yeah. So the Monkeys Arena got a in patch 103. They added a death plane or death barrier above the Monkeys Arena. And that prevents you from grapple glitching there. You can still air swim there, but you need to air swim around the death barrier, which is not that hard if you have you know, this, because then you can see. You have a practice tool or a cheat engine table. I don't know why I quit out there. I didn't need to. The bull? No, not the bull. The Monkeys Arena. Yo, Sil. Yeah, Sil. Streaming on YouTube as well. You've seen my video? Alright, right. Yeah. So yeah, there is an Airswim inside. There are some ways of getting to Airswim inside of Mibu, but they're all complicated. With actually getting to the spot. Like, for example, in this area, you have a pretty easy one. This is probably the easiest Airswim entrance, or one of them. And then you can land here. This is the yeah. That's the glitch location? I see, yeah. This is, I guess people called, I guess it doesn't really have an official name, but, oh, right. You can't Just swim wherever, because there is a map transition there. Yeah, that one is a pretty standard one for speedrunning. Seen someone video, maybe it was only like how to reach Fountainhead, this path requires to jump on the wall. Do that to get Airswim. There's a bunch of different Airswims, and any Airswim entrance will be able to pretty much lead to any other place. So it doesn't really matter where you enter Airswim. Getting to Fountainhead without the traditional way of accessing it by, you know, interacting in the wedding cave, interacting with the tent. There is, you know, you can Airswim to Fountainhead. You can see a demonstration of that if you check an Immortal Severance speedrun, an Immortal Severance glitched speedrun, which you can find on speedrun.com/Sekiro. You could do it from Evo Village, you can bypass all those levels. You can... Well, so you only get the ability to Airswim after killing the monk. So there's not a way to skip the monk. If you skip the monk, then you will never Airswim, because her dying drops it for you. The Mibu breathing ability, which allows you to dive underwater. And the current Immortal Severance run does use the grapple method, the grapple swap method of entering Airswim in Mibu immediately after killing her, but it is useless for regular any percent because there is nothing else in that area that you want to do for the any percent run. The only thing that's nearby in that area is Fountainhead. And it's not even nearby, so you only really want to Airswim to Fountainhead in a case where you just need to get to Fountainhead as quickly as possible. In something like an all bosses speedrun, you would not want to do that because, for one, it's too slow to go there. Two, it locks you out of doing Owlfather and the second Hirata if you do that, because of kind of technical reasons to do with game progression. So yeah, it is used in the Immortal Severance speedrun, but not used anywhere else. I wonder if maybe going more forward here is the play, because I think some of these that I'm doing here are supposed to work, but it's just blocking me from getting teleported the right place. If there's an obstacle, then it can kind of fuck with it. I guess that works. after defeating the bull. How? The so I don't know what you are referring to, Tapaz. I'm sure if you check the video again, you would know what's going on, because as you say, yeah, it is impossible to airswim before you kill Corrupted Monk. But you have to remember that in some routes, you never fight the bull. And you can go back there later. In the case of the video that I made with the infinite beats, we go to the bull arena, you know, after having done pretty much everything in the game. But that's also inside of the reflection state. And in pretty much every glitched run that I know, where you skip bull, you have to go back to that place later. Because, yeah, there is a... up here. Where? So right now, the bull's actually still alive for some reason. And as you can see, I have the thing. The what's it called? What am I trying to say? The ability to dive. That's what I wanted to say. And yeah, there is this airswim that you can get to over here, but it's kind of like this one. There's nothing special about this one. It's just another airswim. How do you... I messed that up. And this place is really laggy because of the Are you supposed to... Oh. Oh. This is kind of... Okay. I guess this water... added me on Discord. So, all the information that you can get from me, well, all of the information that you would ever want is stuff that I publicize on the internet. So I don't think that it would be helpful for anyone if you added me, because I assume that the questions that you're going to be asking are already answered, and it will be easier for you to join the Sekiro Discord, the Sekiro Speedrunning Discord, and then on the Discord server there will be a search function where you can search for something like Fountainhead, something, and the reality is that, like, I don't really speak to people about basic mechanics in DMs and such, because I like to put when, like, if I'm helping someone, I like it to be either on live stream or on a public Discord server, so that once that discussion is over, then other people can search for it in the future and then use it for their own. So if you're gonna add me, I mean, I guess you can. Like, I don't have anything against it, but I'm not gonna answer any questions in DMs, because it's a waste of my time. If you, in that regard, like, if there's something that you want to ask, something personal, I guess that's fine. But yeah, about game mechanics, I'd rather have it on live stream or on one of the public Discord ones. But yeah, I mean, if you want, you can add me, I guess. All right. Let's actually focus a little bit more on practicing this. think you're combining my video with another one. Yeah, it might be. For the if you want to look at how to airswim to Fountainhead, I recommend I can't remember if someone made a tutorial on it, but I would recommend you go to the speedrun leaderboards at speedrun.com/Sekiro and then go to Immortal Severance, and then you want to pick a little bit of an older run, so not the world record, but maybe go like 2 or 3 down, and then you can get an easier older method of it. The newest method is very hard if someone wanted, but okay, apparently there is a tutorial. That's cool base actually. Do you have a I could probably find it myself if I searched Fountainhead Airswim tutorial. I didn't know there was a tutorial for it. Okay, there is one here by Flashing Slash. That seems like it. Oh, okay, he's showing the very, very old method. A very old method as an actually probably the easiest one. That's pretty good for a casual user. Someone who's not speedrunning but just wants to do it. I can put so I guess for like I haven't actually checked this video, so this video could be like misinformative in some regards, but I'll just post that because I just looked it up here and it seemed good. But I'm gonna tell you that this is probably still hard to do without using a practice tool. Right. I could send link. Yeah, well, you can also send it without being friends. Or I guess it depends on your settings. My settings is set so that anyone can message me. I don't know if you guys can send links in YouTube chat. I think YouTube is generally like pretty, like it kind of filters out the links. Oh, right, from the phobia video. I see. Ah, yeah, that is a good video. It's a fun watch with really good editing. I guess I'll post it for the Twitch enjoyers as well. I assume that, well, maybe not all Sekiro like enthusiasts have watched it, but I'll just still post it. It's a good video. Very fun. Yes. YouTube isn't so fond of links. And I have to be honest, I'm not quite sure how the settings work so much with like when it comes to chat filtering. Because I'm kind of new to streaming on YouTube. Okay, so this isn't like that hard, but it's kind of like it's not 100%, which is a little bit of a bummer. And it's kind of at the point where it's probably not worth it right now to do. I'm sure that once the record gets a little bit more optimized, it will be worth to do. Okay, that's not the best. I guess it doesn't matter. Just practice anyway. Is there any way to save scum? Yeah, like, I guess the easiest way is to find the folder with your save files and then just take it, or with the save data. There's a file, I think it's called like s000.sl2, something.sl2, and it will be in your app data folder. You can take that and you can copy paste it into a different folder, and then you can, you know, do something on the save file that you have in the save folder, and then you can take that and move it away, and then move the other one that you copy pasted back, and then you can switch back and forth. Pretty easy if you can find the location of the file. Hold up, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. Be right back. I'm back. You want to see all the endings? Well, you should probably just play for that if you mean to speedrun after that, because at the end of the day, playing the game makes you better at it. And speedrunning is really hard if you're not already good at the base mechanics. Because then you'll be in this place where, because there's not a lot of, like, you can learn the glitches and the skips and the tactics for the bosses, but there's not a lot on stuff like how to get good at the base game. That's kind of like up to just playing the game more. So I'd recommend doing playthroughs of all the endings. It's pretty cool. I like just playing through the game. Bosses are great, and the speedrun has less boss action than a normal playthrough. Alright, let's go back to the jumping, or whatever you want to call it. I want to do it a little bit more, just because I can. In reality, could be a little bit of a time waste, because I'm probably not going to do this in runs. I like that you can do that. You can do this. But yeah, if you're gonna speedrun, then there is a save file organizer that you can download that essentially automates the process of copy pasting the save files, which is what I'm using to go back and forth between the different areas. So I've already made, you know, save files for everything, and so I can just load them whenever I want to go anywhere, or when I want to go back on my main save file or stuff like that. Okay. I think that's enough of this. Let me get back to practicing the normal run. Because although this thing is really cool, I think my conclusion is going to be that it's a little too hard right now in terms of, it's a little too low success rate for the value that it gives right now. All right. Yo, dude, Panic is grinding. Panic is still on the game. Oh, sorry about that. That was kind of loud. But yeah, Panic was the one who found the glitch we were just fucking around with. That shit is like really cool. Let's do a little bit on practice here of the late game. And for this I should actually use my on-screen health display. Do I have the capture for that? I thought I had. Anyway. Oh, this HP is not gonna work. Too low. Go Pinnick. Are you labbing some stuff? You don't know what you're gonna do, maybe practice? Alright. I'm looking forward to seeing you do some runs or something. I don't know if I'll see that. Bruh. Man, I really need to set up my hotkeys on this new version of my cheat table. Set keys, edit, F9. Then I need to save this. Here. Brand new grab swap? Yeah, I just played around with it for about an hour. It's really cool, but my success rate is a little too low on it. For me to implement it on runs. So I'm not gonna do it in runs. Maybe in the future when the time gets a little lower. I have 20 seconds to save from mistakes on my run already that are literally almost free. So I'm literally 1 HP too high. I have this habit of changing my items while falling, when in reality I need to focus on landing on the right spot and not mess around with item stuff. Nine HP. Great. Go Verazi. Thank you. Nine or 10 works, yeah. Because it does damage in increments of 2. Two damage per second. This will also be 9 HP. It's because I'm using an on-screen health viewer from my cheat table, so I can see exactly how much health I have right now without having to look over. Helps with learning, like if you're shooting too far to the side or something. Oops. How's the new grapple swap in practice? Not the worst, but I think it's a little too hard for me to be worth it right now. So I'll wait. Maybe if I get a really good time and I decide that I want to try and go for like an unbeatable, you know, kind of time, then I might go for it. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Although it is really cool, I will admit. It is one of the coolest looking things, which I also thought when Virazi shared his version or his early like idea, which was up here. That also, I mean, all of these grapple swaps look cool as fuck. I mean, let's be fair. Omnic? Nah, Virazi showed me this one, or showed me the one that I'm talking about right now, which obviously you wouldn't know what I'm talking about since it was a clip that Virazi sent me, so. Oh, well, okay, I guess we're... Yeah, Virazi showed me this clip of him essentially doing front dojo, but without the jumping part. It was slower, but it was cool. One, two, three. Woo! Did you? Yes. Hell yeah, dead angles. The one Virazi sent me was one where instead of, you know, landing on a different spot to intercept your grapple swap, you know, would take a different grapple. So, yeah. I wonder if that's something you could do with your version here. To grapple straight up to the top while you're flying by. I don't know if you tried that. Maybe it could work. You didn't? Alright. That's something to try then, I guess. Don't get sent very far, but yeah, that is true. It might not work. Two, three, 4, 5. Hey, those little goblins with the bolts on us? Yeah, the rats are annoying. They're impossible to fight as well. I swear. Unless you have the axe, then they're easy. I think this is short. I don't even think you... Okay, you can actually see when you miss. Also, well, this is quite close to the monkeys arena. It's kind of funny. Maybe that's the one I need to practice more, to be honest. This one. I think it might work. No. Too much distance, so I'm like on top of it. Also, hey snake. I've actually been having so many issues with this one lately. It's not good. That works. Upload unstreamable? Oh. Funny. Yeah, then it's gone. Okay. Surely you still have the local recording. Oh, that was so close. You even saw me like get pushed a little bit by it. At least the camera did. When I passed by. The Elden Ring task works. Damn. Hell yeah. But this is... Man. God damn it, Nick. Why did you find these? It's the grapple glitch? Yeah, this is a, I guess a grapple swap launch thing. I'm on version 102. Yeah, I'm on version 102. For this particular... Oh. For this particular speedrun, I use 102. For most other ones, I use current patch or 104, which is essentially the same. 102, I use this because then you can launch to the monkeys, which you can't on current patch. And that's necessary for this route. Hey, it's not working. Damn. This game sucks. Yeah, it kinda does. All of the grapple glitch skips are kinda inconsistent, in my opinion. It's kinda weird to do it from that save where I'm just immediately like loaded in and trying to do it. Oh, this is the this save file I'm after. I've yet to get a PB with this new setup, but for some reason I did manage to first try it at the Souls charity marathon, which is incredible considering that I've apparently lost the ability to do it now. Dude, this shit makes no sense. Yeah, the grapple glitch, grapple location, prosthetic hands will work on latest. Yes. Yeah. But they aren't, they have some use, I guess. This category, the no Airswim speedrun, specifically is specifically for it. It's useful to use them because you can't air swim, so you kind of need a replacement for air swimming. But air swimming is much more powerful than this. So, but yeah, they do work on the current patch. If you try to do the monkeys one on current patch, you will die because there will be a death barrier in the way. But everything else should work the same. Between this patch and any other patch. And I guess it would be... that would also go for Xbox. But everything is going to be a little harder on console because you don't have practice tools. Contact medicine, well, you can buy those, right? At the merchant. Also, you can, although I don't know how to do it on Xbox, you should be able to make backups of save files somehow. On PS4, or sorry, on PlayStation, there are definitely ways, there are ways of doing it, where you either use a disk drive, or sorry, a USB drive, or the cloud server. I don't know how it works on Xbox. I remember someone else asking, and yeah, we didn't end up figuring it out. Yeah, having save files is massive. Like, I wouldn't be able to do anything, any of the things that I do without using save files. The one might not work because it was kind of early on when I jumped. Okay, it did. Maybe it's not as bad as I thought. And I just need to be more disciplined with my timing. One, two, three, four. Okay, that's a little bit of a sus setup there. Kinda wasn't really paying attention. Should work though, no problem. Are there any difference difficulty-wise? Well, the first one, there isn't a good setup for. This one, there is a setup that should work every single time, but it's slower than this, so I'm not doing it. But I did that on my PB, and it works almost every time. So if you use the older setup, then this one is dramatically easier. But at the end of the day, like, for me, it's just fucking random. Like, it's obviously skill-based, but for me, it's just random. Rarely, when I hit it, I'm like, oh yeah, I did that so well, my timing was just on point. Rarely, when I hit it, that's the feeling I have. And almost every time I miss it, I'm like, oh, come on, man, what the fuck is this bullshit game? So yeah. I literally, I think of it as RNG, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how focused I am, or anything like that, it's just a dice roll whether I get past or not. It's kind of like monkey skip, in that regard, even though monkey skip is obviously harder, but... yeah. That's how I view it. But the dog can do them all the time, so... skill issue. Really? Hopefully someone finds better setups for this. These setups are consistent, but they're kind of really fucking annoying. I think it's the coolest, at least visually. Yeah. Yeah. Out of the Shura ones? Oh yeah, I think so too. It's funny. The categories I enjoy the most playing are the ones that have the least going on, so to say. Glitchless. The, like, something where you just run in a straight line and kill bosses, that's my favorite thing. I didn't even press. The main reason I'm spending so much time on this is not because I find it fun. I just keep that in mind. Yeah. I don't know why I did that. If I didn't care about record, then I would just switch to something different already. Okay, now I'm just like not able to do it at all. Have I played Lies of P? I haven't. I might play it sometime. Not sure. Doesn't look fun to do. It's okay. It's certainly one of the least fun I've done, but it's also the highest level I've ran at, probably. But you're right. All categories, or most categories, well, no, all categories are really rough when you put them at the high level. Oh, I held for way too long. But it might still work. Yeah. Much slower this is than Airswim optimally. Probably, I guess it depends on versus, it depends on which Airswim you mean, restricted or unrestricted. But I guess it's like 2 minutes for restricted, 3 minutes for unrestricted. Something like that. Slower. Dark Souls? Yeah, I played Dark Souls. Probably the next game I'm gonna do a playthrough of is Demon Souls on the emulator. Dark Souls is great. Is Force Quit? Yes, that's the only difference. Unrestricted has a lot of room for potential improvement because the category is very toxic to play and therefore optimally, or it's way behind where it would optimally be because it is so toxic. Because the hardest skip in the entire game is right at the start. The same as DS1 Force Quits? Well, yeah, you die. Oh, well, for hours we have to die. I think for the DS1, I think you used the Dark Sign, right? Or something like that. Yeah, we die and then we press Alt F4 and then we get teleported to the default location of that map. But it's a good question of what the best possible time on this is in reality, because when I play normally and, you know, I have my best possible time counter, that is a little bit inaccurate because essentially there are 2 routes and depending on what I do or what happens in the run, I change between them. And so that means that the splits become a little bit inaccurate. Finish my task and find out, well... If a task was made, it would not be good enough to be able to confidently say how good you can be, because I'm just gonna say it right now, without a way to hook a controller, without controller inputs, you're not gonna be beating Wormdog's tutorial with an auto hotkey script, because it's not gonna be able to do fine-tuned movement enough. Because every time you make a single tweak on the task, you need to change every input after that to then go and figure out whether that tweak you did is faster or not. So it means that every single frame, essentially, where you're tweaking on, you gotta then tweak another, like, you know, however much is after that on the script, to go and figure out whether or not the change you did made it better. So it's gonna take a lot of time, and then the reason I say that you need controller inputs is because when you work with the with that script that only can do keyboard and mouse inputs, you can only move forwards or move the camera to change your angle, essentially. Because if you are not moving forward, then you're losing time. So on keyboard and mouse, what we do is we aim the mouse and then hold W through the entire game. It's actually interesting, like my task, or whatever you want to call it, my attempt at a task, it held W from beginning to end and never let go of it. Surely that can't be optimal, but that's the only way to really do it. But if you have a controller, right? Controller inputs, then you just have to bother with one thing for all of the movement, which is the controller angle. Whereas when you're working with keyboard and mouse, you have to keep track of all the different cardinal directions being used in conjunction with each other. You can also see that the Portal task, for example, the Portal 2 task that was made like I think 2 years ago, also uses controller inputs, because they are, when they're tasked, controller inputs are obviously allow for more things than the keyboard and mouse. So yeah, I've talked about this before. If you made a task right now, you'd be behind humans on all of the strats that humans can do. Where you can just look where you want to go. Well, as I explained before, when you make a single tweak on a single frame, you need to adjust every single thing that comes after that on the script. And in the case of movement, you have 4 times as many things that you need to look at. Because instead of having one joystick, you have 4 movement keys. And when I, in my script, change the camera angle to be slightly more to the right, that means that every single time I touch W, A, S, and D in the rest of the script, I need to think about, okay, do I need more W? Do I need more A? Do I need more S? Do I need more D? Or do I need camera angle? Obviously, camera angle and WASD can effectively replace each other, because, you know, changing the mouse and doing a little bit of a D input on A input is the same. So if you use a controller, that means that the amount of things that you need to look through is less. Issue applies to controller input too, yes, but it is less inputs that you need to think about when you're testing. So it's going to be way less time consuming. And I say that because I've tried it, because I spent 10 hours on 10 seconds, or I spent way over 10 hours on 10 seconds of the game and was not able to beat human players. I was not even able to beat myself playing with the keyboard and mouse with the tasks. That's how little control I had using the keyboard and mouse inputs. If I had controller inputs instead, I would be able to say, okay, this line here, I don't want to do it at this angle. I want to do it 1 degree to the left, let's say. If I want to do that on keyboard, I need to flick the camera, and then I need to turn the, then I need to, you know, hold W, but both the timing of the flick and the timing of the different movement inputs matter. The thing I did in mine to kind of save time in this was to just hold W the entire time, but that is a little bit sus, because anytime you move your camera, or anytime you want to move your character, you need to move the camera, and moving the camera is really fucking awkward when it comes to like figuring out what is happening on screen, because it's gonna flick around and you're not really gonna know what you're doing until you try it. And so every single adjustment that you make, you need to test from beginning to end to have any clue what's going on. Because you're not gonna know what moving the camera slightly to the right is gonna do in terms of your jump, because in the tutorial you're jumping all the time. With the controller, right? If you have the controller inputs, you can start drifting a little bit and then you can immediately drift back. Whereas with the keyboard and mouse, you need to program the camera to flick, then flick back. Need to retest the entire task when using controller inputs too. Brazi, I think you should try the same thing that I was talking about, which is do a short segment of the game that doesn't have anything that would be considered strats that are human viable, and then take yourself doing it versus the bot doing it, and then see how easily you're able to, with the bot, beat your own time at it. And ideally you would choose, I guess it should be like a section that isn't just running in a straight line. You know, it should be something, but it shouldn't be kind of it should be a human viable thing. I'm sure, I mean, absolutely you will be able to beat yourself eventually, but I'm just gonna, like, it's just that it takes a long time to build up a script that is better than you just playing. And if you had a controller thing instead, then you would be able to spend a lot more time fine-tuning the angles. It would be a lot less time consuming. Because I'm like, it's obviously possible. I'm not even sure what we're arguing about, like, in reality. I'm just saying that a keyboard and mouse input based task is less good than a controller based input task, which is kind of just true because like one has 4 cardinal directions and the other one has infinite, essentially. So it's just like yeah, I'm not gonna do a task before there'll be a way to do with a controller. Realistically, I'm not gonna do it because it's just gonna take too much time. And again, I'd encourage you to look at the Portal 2 one, which used the controller in a game where no one uses controller. That's the only, like, really a modern task that I'm aware of that is using the programmed inputs method. There is the Doom Eternal task, which I don't know what the current status on is, but with that one they played in slow motion with macros, which is kind of like KBM, but it's essentially human play. So that one is very time efficient. But that one would also be pretty cool to do for Sekiro. That would be something that would be more likely, right? Because it's you just have to do the run and then segment it up. But most people probably wouldn't see that as like a true task. But it's still a task. I mean, it works. So at the end of the day, it's kind of like a decision of how much time you're willing to spend. And I guess like the if I need to continuously, or if my current like time investment to progress were to continue, then yeah, then I wouldn't do it, and I don't think anyone else would. Because I don't think they would be able to beat human players before new strats would be invented that completely, you know. Proper tools are almost done? Hell yeah. That's gonna be sick. It would be cool if it's actually like viable. Oh well, like it probably will. Like, oh, that's the, you know, some tasks are just, you know, too time consuming to make. But hopefully these tools would make it appealing enough that someone would go and do it. Right now it kind of takes an extraordinary amount of effort from someone, in the sense that it would take so much time that it's like kind of, it's kind of too much to be expected of anyone, really, I feel. At least with Sekiro. With Elden Ring it's a different thing, right? Because the Elden Ring any percent zip route kind of like had some things that humans were innately bad at. So it made a lot of sense. But man, the any percent one is really fucking rough for a task. Even a segmented one, because like the segment, the first segment is so long. Which is a little bit fixed with Jimmy Skip, because you have a load screen after like 3 minutes, instead of the first load screen being after 10 minutes. On the monk door. One, two, three, four, five. Oh, what? Damn. There's a reason you usually only get a handful of them with years between them in old games with actually good tools. Yeah, that is true. For sure. But a lot of that is also just the fact that people want to make them perfect. I mean, like, you can take the 120 star one. Like, they could release it right now and it would be faster than the previous one. And faster than all other runs. But they're waiting. Or he is waiting, whoever's working on it. And they could have released it 2 years ago and it would also have been faster. So kind of their choice to take that much time with it to perfect it. And in your case, I don't think you did the same thing. I don't know if... Did you try to absolutely push it to the absolute max? I think you talked to me before that you didn't really care about potentially losing a few frames in between things and such. So, in your case, right, yours could have also taken like 3 times as long if you went way more in detail with it. But it didn't, because you were reasonable about it. Tools didn't allow for that. It's fair enough. Entirely based on macros. Yeah. I get that. So I'm gonna say that currently, with the current tools, it's not possible to beat Worm's time. I wonder if that's true. I guess someone would have to do it to prove me wrong, so maybe that's a pretty pretty easy claim to make from my part. Fuck. RNG fix. Yeah, you'd need an RNG fix if you wanted it to be replayable, right? But I think there are other issues in the fact that the game is non-deterministic, so I guess that's mainly like an RNG thing, right? But I think a different thing there is I don't know how much of an effect that plays, but with some physics elements there is RNG, right? RNG in the sense that the calculation is impacted by the way that it just happens to execute or something. Game is deterministic with a patch? Okay. That's cool. Is this a patch? Is this patch something that you're working on? Or is this something not yet here? The FPS patch? Brought it over to Sekiro today? Massive project on its own. Yeah. It would be pretty cool because I'm still interested in how boss openers work. You know? Because I do... Oh. I do know about, you know, AI scripts, but there's a difference between how the raw script works or looks and how the opener plays out with all of the different game components combined. And something that's really interesting, I think. Purely non-RNG sections, yeah. But I guess, yeah, if you can get it running in a way where all of the non-RNG sections will be consistent, then you can probably either brute force or segment the run. I'm sure that once you get like a good like program, you would be able to automate it somehow. Have it running on a PC while you're asleep and shit like that. To cycle through the RNG. I don't know how long it would take, but I think for Sekiro, if you did that with any percent, it wouldn't take many nights before you got a perfect RNG run, to be honest. If you could run it all night with perfect, you know, execution on all the non-RNG parts. But of course, the coolest thing would be to be able to play them back in live instead of scuffed recording, like a traditional TAS. Which grapple point did you use? I don't know. I'm gonna guess the one that we used to go up to front dojo, but maybe you didn't. Damn, dude, can I really not hit this glitch? That's terrible. On the ones close to the building. It might have been the one behind the corner, or just around the corner, but I don't remember. Bro, I need to stop doing that. I've already changed it on the save file. I don't need to change it back, that just fucks with it. I faintly have like kind of a setup, but honestly, it's such clown business. Because there's so many different timing elements going on here. Like there is the initial jump timing, then there's the swap timing, and then there is the holding the buttons down timing. And I gotta be, you know, doing the appropriate timing for all three aspects. This was good, but I held too long, I think. But it might still work. No, I think that was... I don't know. I don't know. One, two, three, 4, 5. Yeah, I can use the timer method, I guess, where I jump at 1.1. That did not work at all. Dude, this is... I think I should stop practicing and just go for runs, because this shit is just random. Like... Man. I'm trying to be reasonable and practice, but also do attempts. But I literally feel like it's so pointless practicing because I never figure anything out. All right. I think I need to delete some shit. I should be fine to do that after stream. I have a little bit of room left on my my drive. Okay. I'm gonna close my window. Hey. Yo, base, thank you. Yeah. I was pretty happy about having world record for a bit. It was only for one day that I had world record though. But still, I was happy about it. I was pretty locked in back then, in October I think it was. I need to lock in again. Was a brutally smooth game run through. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, that's one thing that's pretty cool with this run is it's kind of like I'm kind of like striving to get that run with no mistakes, you know, and it's semi-doable, really. It's obviously insanely difficult, but it's kind of semi-realistic to get a run with everything going as it should. Nice. Hell yeah. Corner jump, yeah. Ogre skip is pretty hard, but I've also been doing it for years now, so it gets pretty consistent once you do it a lot of times. I definitely remember trying to learn that, and it's also not very long ago since I had very big trouble. Oh wait, yo, this run is kind of goated. What the fuck? YOLO on top of first try everything? Oh my god, I almost missed the bull skip. Okay, so we menu first after Snake Eyes with this variation. Hotkey? Nah. The delay jump macro is it? Oh, that's nah. Come on. That's mainly a joke. Okay, a little bit of time loss there. Joke that sometimes make. I'm totally booting up that launch macro when we get to launch for real. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work either. Okay, a little unlucky. Too far to the right. Oh. Rip. This one looks like a hard one. I mean, they're all challenging in different ways, but this one is probably less hard than some of the other ones. But at the end of the day, since you gotta do them all, right, it's there's a good chance that you might mess up on one. Unfortunately, that's like the worst one to mess up. Wait, I need to restart the game here. I forgot. Because I'm in the reservoir, or the reservoir is because yeah, the reservoir is adjacent to where I am. I find any glitch on my own. I said, well, public. Most, like 99% of the things are, you know, things that the community have found together. For this run, I found that jump that I just failed, which is a little bit ironic. That's my contribution to this route, is that jump. Otherwise, we would fight Lone Shadow instead of Lone Shadow Long Swordsman instead of doing that jump. But yeah, the community has built up so much knowledge of different skips and strats over time that pretty much everything is built on top of what's already been done. So when I'm like looking at trying out a new speedrun, or like a new, you know, new Sekiro speedrun, you know, like some meme run that's never been done before, for fun, then I'm already, you know, looking back in the catalog of glitches and runs that people have come up with and done to fit into that new thing. The smoke? Oh, yeah, right, yeah, so, I see, yeah. Yeah, there is, you know, the fog wall there, but you can just jump around it. It doesn't extend all the way to the left. I get what you mean now. Oh! Let's start over. That one is a little too cringe. Oh yeah, that's the one I found. Yeah. In runs where we would go to Mibu village first, we always killed Lone Shadow. Who's the, you know, the ninja who is in the same room that you spawn in. So it's pretty neat being able to run through the other guy's arena and have to circumvent having to fight either of them. And it's funny, if you have a disc version of the game and like delete all of your data for the game and then install the disc again without an internet connection, you'll get an giga old version of the game where you can do that skip without doing the jump. You can just run past him. Because his AI doesn't see you if you just like don't go in his like the way that his face is pointing. You just like run behind him. And then you can just go up there with the grapple as if there was no fog wall blocking you. And yeah, I'm sure that that patch would be used for this speedrun if you could do that on PC, but unfortunately a disc version was never made for PC, and so the earliest patch we got is the update that happened on the day of release that kind of fixed the bugs that were on the disc that, you know, obviously had to go out to the shops before the release so that it could be sold on day one. So it was preloaded with an earlier version of the game that wasn't quite ready. And that was never available for PC. But it could be pretty sick, though. And I did buy a disc for the game that I intend to one day do the thing on my PS4 so that I can try the old patch. The 1.00 patch. There's some pretty funny things in it, like you can avoid fall damage if you wall jump. I don't know if you know Team Fortress 2, but in that there is a character that can double jump, where you can essentially fall from infinite height and then double jump just before landing and you'll never take fall damage. You can do that in this game as well, on that old patch. Oh, you got a jailbroken PS4, yo, that's sick. Yeah, if you have a jailbroken PS4, you can probably just like, if you have the disc, then you might just be able to like downpatch it directly to it without doing all of the having to turn off internet and deleting all the data and such. Pre-release tester? Yeah, we wouldn't be able to. I don't think we would be able to use that though. Because of copyright, or I don't know if copyright is the word, but legal, you know? So for me, I'm not that interested in a potential 1.00 patch for PC because I don't think there's any legal way to get your hands on it. And if there's no legal way to get your hands on it, then you can't show it to the world, so... not that interesting to me. Because it's been brought up before, you know, we're trying to contact a beta tester about it. But unless it's sanctioned by the devs, then it's kind of like a legal gray area. Bought the game on Steam, yeah, but it only gives you legally access to the manifest that it legally gives you access to, right? And also, FromSoft are well within their right to tell you what you can and can't do with it. So... yeah. Or I guess it's the publisher, really. I guess it depends on the sale terms, but yeah. I think I think we're talking about different things here, Virazi. I'm talking about, you know, I'm the guy who goes on YouTube and says on the internet, I'm gonna look at this and this, and then uploads a video about it. That's different to someone who is sitting and labbing in their room with it, and different rules apply. Like how people who play certain games are not allowed to talk about certain topics because the developer will, you know, cease and desist you, essentially. Because they, at the end of the day, control the use. Because they own the copyright. And they can definitely say, oh yeah, you're not allowed to make videos about this beta test build. Which is the default answer, pretty much, for a beta test build of this game. Because it would be something that you needed a key to, or whatever. Like, we're already working on the presumption that FromSoft won't do anything about, you know, using that game. Because what I'm doing right now does not constitute fair use. And fair use isn't even a thing in certain jurisdictions. It's not in mine. Outside of news reporting. Documentation is not a fair use, is not protected under the Danish fair use law. Documentation as in, you know, going through it and saying, oh, this is this. Which would be, I believe, in, like, US law, right? You can do that. But, yeah. Anyway, I'm not really a lawyer, so I'm just saying, like, what I won't do because of my understanding. And you guys can have fun with your dev test build. I'm not gonna touch it. Even if it was leaked. Somehow. This run is pretty dead. Or dev test, I mean beta test. Because we already kind of have the dev test, right? I don't know if you guys are aware with, or I guess I was primarily talking with you, Virazi, but I don't know if you're aware of the situation with, for example, Genshin Impact. Anyone who streams that game kind of has like a certain list of things that if they say it, then they lose their career instantly, because of the essentially the terms of service are actively being used by the devs to cover up things that they don't want talked about. So, for example, if you're a live streamer and you discuss leaks from Genshin Impact, then they can and will sue you or cease and desist and copy strike your channel. And it's within the legal boundaries of Bandai to do the same. And so once you start going into territory where other people haven't already tested it with playthroughs, for example, people have already tested that, right? You know, people have done playthroughs for forever, and it seems like Bandai and FromSoft are okay with that, although FromSoft are kind of like, it's still like kind of on the edge, because they did in their Elden Ring terms of service, they do say that playing the game and live streaming it and having ads that are ingrained on the website is within their terms of service. But that's only specified for Elden Ring, published by Bandai Namco. That specification has not been made around Sekiro, and again, that's within the traditional use. Actually, if we're being really nitpicky here, you're not allowed to make a thumbnail for a video with an asset from their game, unless it's a screenshot. This is how fucking restarted the TOS is for these games. And I know that the argument is that they're not gonna enforce it, but still, I don't want to be the guy who is like doing stuff and fucking with the developer, even though that they're already giving us so much of a lease to use their program. So if a beta test build was leaked, I'm just gonna say that I think that I would not do anything with it. And you can be fine to do whatever you want with it. So I won't touch it because it's technically not within... I don't know if that should be considered moral or if it should be considered legal or what you would consider it. But it's not really right for me to do it. To do anything with it. So I just regard 1.02 as being the oldest patch on PC that will ever be used for any purposes on the PC, for any purpose in what I and the speedrunning community work within, because I hate it when a speedrun setup includes doing something illegal, which there are speedrun games that do something illegal that is not being enforced, right? So, you know, with the Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition situation. Never did anything regarding legal's action after that. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm not gonna say that they would. Man, it's not really about that. Because at the end of the day, the reason that they don't take legal action is not because they consent of it, but because they can't afford to, in terms of PR, right? And if you look at it from their perspective, they're just praying that no one... Like, also, one of the things that they do have... I can't remember if this is a TOS thing or if it's just a general guideline. But they do... look down on mods that make the game do unintended things. Because it, in their opinion, hurts the experience of viewers and their view of the game. And you could say that's bullshit, but that's their view on things. And in my opinion, I feel like it's kind of fair that if they let me do whatever I want with their game, that I would just at least honor like one or two things from their shit. So like making a video about a broken patch that you're not supposed to have and calling it a speedrun, for example, would kind of fall under what they, without saying it, would call defamation of their game. Anyway, like, this is kind of a tangent, and at the end of the day, this is just like what I think, and like that shouldn't impact what you think. I'm just personally trying to I don't know. I'm just trying to have fun with the game in a way that's not like fucked. I don't know. Like, or you could already argue that down patching is kind of fucked, which it is. Down patching is extremely fucked, but that's still like become an industry standard for speedruns. And the reason it's fucked is because people do not care about old patch speedruns in reality. Because it's like, you know, they're watching something that they could never reproduce because down patching is illegal in some countries and legally gray area in every single country. Or at least considered in the wider conscious to be wrong. You can try next time you're in a public place where people don't play games and ask someone if they would consider it wrong to as just as like a thought experiment. You can ask someone if they would consider it wrong to revert to a patch that was, or like take the game and revert it back and update before a difficulty increase was made, and then feed it there instead. And I've talked about that also before. Anyway, insane, huge, fucking mega tangent about something that does not matter at all. But I'm just saying that I'm not interested in, and I think other people probably shouldn't be interested in the beta build of the game either, because it is kind of just shit. Sure, if there was tools in it, absolutely. Like if there's tools in it, like that are not in the debug menu, then it would be sick, because it's probably gonna lead us to find something within the code of Sekiro that's debug menu like, but is not actually inside of the debug menu, which would be sick. And I guess you could argue the same thing where you could use the old patch to get a different perspective on glitch hunting for the current version. I guess you could say that, but man, maybe that's probably pretty what's it called? Valid? But I'm not interested because yeah. Things I already mentioned. But I'm not really against any of this. It's just that I wouldn't do it personally. Because I'm kind of against the whole thing of moving into more esoteric areas with speedrunning. I want to move away from all of the fucking like bullshit with down patching and having to install pirated versions of the game to make the game work the way that the speedrun wants it to work. Which is bullshit. The 101 patch for Sekiro on PS4 is public. Huh. I didn't even know there was a 101. That's interesting. I don't even know how it would be named on PS4. So if you have the disc version of on the PS4 and you plug it in without any internet connection and without having any files on the you know, related to Sekiro on there that would tell it to update or whatever. It should say, with that update, it should say 1.00 on the main menu. Any disk? Well, if you have a version from the library then, or like, what's it called, you know, a digital version, then you won't be able to install it without... So I don't know how that works on a jailbroken PS4, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't have a jailbroken PS4. I don't know. But I didn't know about 101. And is that showing 101 on the main menu, or is that showing 101 or whatever manifest list or whatever it's called? More knowledge is always good. Yeah. The reason I already think I said that, but the reason for disc version in like the traditional way is that the game will auto patch. Like for the people that played the game on day one, if they plugged in that disc version and had an internet connection, they would not be playing 100, they would be playing 102. And the only people who would be playing 100 are the people who plugged in their disc with internet disconnected. Yeah. I see, Verazi. Yeah, I guess you're right. Man, I hate discussing these types of topics because I'm very inclined to go on a tangent whenever I kind of start disagreeing, because I hate being that guy who's like, nah, actually I think that's cringe, because I want to kind of expand on it, and then I just end up kind of saying a lot of nonsense. Not that I don't believe in, or that wasn't my opinion, but yeah. And I feel as though I should expand on it, and at the same time I feel like it's pointless to expand on it, because the more I expand on it, the more I kind of emphasize how important I think it is, which I think it's like really non-important, like my opinion, with the fact that I'm not gonna touch something that the devs probably don't want me to touch. In this regard, I don't know, you could make the argument, oh, you're already touching this and this and that and that. Yeah. You will. Latest patch? Most of the speedruns I've done have been on latest patch, yeah. I have also done a little bit on 104, and 104 is very similar to current patch, with the exception that the idols don't have the option to enter the gauntlets, and so each time you use an idol to upgrade attack power, you save like half a second or something, or maybe less. So pretty much any time you could use current patch, you could use 104 instead, and you'd save a little bit of time. So it's kind of also, there is some debate on whether like 106 saves time back in some areas, but like 104 seems like, with the current things that have been measured, it seems to be faster. But again, there are things that haven't been measured that should be considered as well. So yeah, I've done a lot of 106 runs. So yeah. But this run in particular, you can't do on current patch. But all of the other ones I've done, you can do on current patch. All of the ones that are not labeled no Airswim are possible on current patch. I do think that downpatching is cool in what you mentioned earlier, with like exploring like the brokenness of the game. And I guess you would take that to an even larger extent with a beta test, but that's where I think that it's going a little too far, because it's a version of the game that it's not even meant to be public. Like, it's literally like, you know, they try their best to protect it because of how humiliating it is for them to have it publicized. You know, there is a reason that game companies do not do open betas, and that's because people will news outlets will start writing articles about how shit it is, if they do. That happens every single time. Like, you can look at the Elden Ring closed network test, how good the performance was in that compared to the release version, at least in my experience, because I ran it perfectly on the PS4, the network test. And I'm sure that they did a lot of things to make that experience really polished, even though it was just a network test. And there were a few changes in between that and the release version when it comes to things that aren't just, you know, moving things around. Like, yeah. Even with the differences between the Sekiro 1.0 patch and 1.02, the differences there are even crazier, like even bigger than the differences between the closed network test or open network test and of Elden Ring and the final Limgrave area. Anyway, personal opinion. Go into the RAM and poke the player precision address to enable no clip. Yeah. So what you can do is you can actually, there is a single bit that you can flip from 0 to 1 that will send you immediately to credits. With, you know, obviously you need cheats, right? You need cheats to access the memory. But it is possible to do. It's in there, so there is this test tool for the game that they left in with all the versions that they published, and with a mod you can kind of re-enable it to use it for testing. And then within that there is literally a setting that says jump to credits or go to credits, and for any setting in there you could easily reverse engineer it and add it over to Cheat Engine. Yeah. Anyway. So if someone were to do cheat %, you can literally just, you know, boom, and then it's over. You could maybe make like an interesting cheat %, but you'd have to make rules about like... There is already a run somewhere. I think it was... I can't remember if it's on YouTube or if it was on Bilibili, which is the Chinese video sharing website. Chinese YouTube essentially. Where they did a cheat % run. They used, you know, infinite jump heights to not have to do precise skips, and then, or not infinite, but massive jump height to not have to do skips. They used like quadruple move speed to get through the map quick. And they... Can't remember what else they did. Infinite damage. Yeah, right. But it's funny, I do think that that time has been beaten with legitimate play now. Because it was way back, way back. I could be wrong though, maybe it hasn't been beaten. Mod manager... all games? Lemon? Not sure, like, what do you mean? The mod that re-enables it is called debug menu. Yeah, just debug menu. Sekiro debug menu. And it was literally like built by the developers for testing, but they didn't take it out of the game. So it's still there, but you just can't activate it without a mod that re-enables it. So essentially you could re-enable it yourself if you were like a Giga Pro programmer. Ah, yeah, it does have a GitHub page, that's true. It's also on Nexus Mods. And it's really powerful in terms of testing things. But maybe I'm just crazy and thinking that getting some beta tester to share the beta test build is beyond limits. Chatting distract from speedrun? Sometimes, but at the same time, if I don't have chat, I'm gonna get bored. So it's like, it's always a positive, because if I didn't have chat, then I would maybe play for an hour, and then I'd be like, oh my god, I literally don't want to play. At least when grinding for a really good run. That is a little bit unfortunate. Ooh. So it has its perks, it has its weaknesses. Gives motivation, yeah. There is also the whole thing with, like, if I don't, like, I could conceivably, like, not read chat and stream, but I feel like it's kind of missing an opportunity, you know? Because people will, like, just, like, start to, you know, like, go in and then mute, right? Because, oh, he doesn't talk anyway. And then when you finally do talk, then it's like, everyone has muted the stream. Maybe people already mute my stream. I assume that there's a lot of people who watch my stream and mute me because they don't want to hear about all the bullshit I spew all the time. You do when I yap too much? Yeah, I do the same when other streamers start yapping. I mute them as well. And even though that I know that I don't like when others yap, then I also start up my stream and then start yapping like crazy. But I swear it's legit the only way to stomach these resets. You never yap? Occasionally. If Centipede is brought up, then yes. I do agree though, the best dynamic for these sorts of streams I find is when it's mostly jokes, and then it's you know, okay with, or then it's nice with occasional things to yab about with the game, but Yeah. Yapping too much is... Yeah, it's kinda sus. Talking about something makes the resets easier. How does speedrun Wolfenstein, the New Order, and hardest difficulty? I haven't played the... wait, New Order? I haven't played that, no. I did buy all of them recently because... I do enjoy learning about, like, World War II history, and then, like, alternate history is also cool. You guys seen that one video with maybe that's... It's like, it's not a video really, it's a short. It's like kind of a shit post, but it's not really a shit post. Where it's like, what if aliens invaded, like aliens versus the Earth, I think it's called or something. Aliens versus humans, something. And then it's like, the aliens invade, I think they start with the... They start with the US, and then they take all of the Americas, and then they go over to China, and then they take all of that. And then when they get to Germany, then apparently the mustache man gets like revived, and then he like it goes kind of crazy. Wolfenstein is amazing. The only one I've played is I played a little bit of, I think it was Old Blood, or is it Old Blood or New Blood? I don't remember. One of the ones with blood in its title. I got the game as a bundle deal with, I think it was Fallout 4. But then I refunded Fallout 4 because it came on sale. But then I refunded Fallout 4 and bought it on sale. You know, the classic, don't tell Steam about that one. Classic gamer move. There is Youngblood. Oh, maybe it was that one. I don't remember what the games are called. But yeah, I played a bit of that. We didn't finish yet. Did I already read that, Sarah? When you're entirely focused on the game, it hurts way more. I feel like that's the third time I'm reading that. But I can't even remember what I said 2 seconds ago, so... I'm like tweaking right now. Maybe I should become an offline runner, and then whenever I stream on Twitch, it's just chatting. Maybe that is... maybe that will be the new thing. Honestly, if I did it like that, I would probably end up streaming more than I currently do. Because, you know, streaming like Sekiro speedruns for like 4 to 6 hours is kinda tiring. Like, I'm dead after that, but like 8 hours of non-sensory bullshit? Hell yeah, no problem. Been a while since I did offline attempts, and it did not go that well last time I did. Although I did have like Hey, I did get a no Airswim PB at one point offline, but it wasn't that great. That was like when I still had a lot of time to save. Wolfenstein 2 New Colossus, that's it, that's your favorite? Hmm. Yeah, I remember watching someone try and speedrun that back when it came out. Back when it came out? Yeah, I think it was back when it came out. To me, that's still like kind of a new game, but I guess it's like similar age as Sekiro, right? I don't even remember. Not a lot of people enjoyed Youngbloods. Yeah, I do think that's what I remember reading as well about that one, is that it's one of the lesser liked ones. I thought it was really cool. Okay, bro. Didge. Giga Didge run. Insert random comment about resetting and so on, and the game and so on and so on. You know, the standard NPC voice lines. Oh, it's not going so well today. I think maybe we'll start, maybe I need to focus up and it will start going better. Outlast? I haven't played it, but I've watched speedruns of it. I can't remember which one of the games I've watched speedruns of. It was whichever one that... Was it Moist Critical that did a video? Where he like documented his speedrunning on it? I love those types of videos. But it's like kind of like a long video, and then it's kind of like, you know, the speedrunning journey, you know? But I haven't played it myself. I do think I probably own it. I at least own one of the Outlast games. I don't know which one. Watched PS4 trophies, speedrun it. I guess that's a YouTube channel. Played on hardest difficulty. I see. Yeah, I don't really know what difficulty means in these games. Like, I'm used to higher difficulty essentially meaning that you just have to like hit the boss for longer. But I guess it's a little bit more complicated in some games where there's like more to it. I know some games are really smart about difficulty in that way, where they might limit your resources or they might introduce new mechanics. Or change the dynamics of a certain situation by perhaps adding new enemies, extra enemies. Oh my god. Can't fight, you can only run and hide. Reminds me a little bit of Dishonored, where when you increase the difficulty, they spot you more easily. The enemies. That's also a stealth game. Or, I guess Outlast isn't like a stealth game, but... you know, the sneaking mechanics. Stealth mechanics. Limit resources and you can't die in harder difficulty now. Oh damn. And in Wolfenstein as well. Okay, so it's like Ultra Nightmare in Doom. Wait, who is it that makes Wolfenstein again? That one's back to beginning. Very beginning. Choose Forge, watching Burning. I think it's so based when difficulties do that. Like when the hardest difficulty starts you back at the start of the game, because it kind of bridges, like it kind of shows what speedrunners and challenge runners who, you know, make YouTube videos and do live streams such, what they do. And I think that it's kind of interesting that they kind of like put that on like a player who would probably not go through that unless the game told them to do so. It's kind of like not for everyone, the thing with starting completely over, losing all your progress. I definitely have that with some games. Like with Minecraft, for example, there's a hardcore mode, but I hate it because I don't like restarting my progress. Nice. Okay. Makes you sick to your stomach because of how much effort it takes to achieve. Yeah. Sure. Any high-level speedrun becomes crazy, but there are also just some speedruns that even if it's not high level, it's still hard to complete. Especially speedruns that are essentially a speed challenge run. Like, you can look at like Doom Eternal Ultra Nightmare speedruns, Ultra Nightmare all collectible speedruns. Those are like so demanding just to get into it. It's kind of a little bit similar to Sekiro, with like the difference between doing a Shura run and doing like an all bosses run. There's so much more upfront, like, learning and mastery that needs to happen before you can even start to think about doing something. The dogs? Yeah, it's fine. Like, I'm supposed to have the dogs come to me. They just can't be there. Oh, what? What? Okay, I guess it works. Oh, that was a little funny. I ran off the edge, but it works. That's why you don't look at chat. At least while you need to do important stuff. Yeah, I want the dogs to come because they cancel my idle stuff so that I can move on more quickly. But I don't want them to be there before I sit at the idle because then I won't be able to sit down. But if they come afterwards, then it's good because, yeah, that's gonna cancel the animation and save a bit of time. The path I take is kind of like intended to have the dogs chase me, and sometimes they're a little too fast and it fucks it up. But most of the time they have the right speed where they will come and get me out of the idle. I wasn't really doing that properly. Yeah, everything is planned in this. I say, most things are planned, okay? There are definitely some instances where there's something where I'm like, yeah, whatever, I'm not really so fussed about, like... But that, for example, that's planned out. All the camera, all the mouse movements there are planned out for the menuing, for example. Oh yeah, that roof jump is pretty neat. That way you don't have to run all the way around. You'd usually have to run around by Tsukujiro. You don't have to fight him in normal circumstances. You can just run past him, but still it's kind of like a detour that you would usually have to take. Yeah, on this patch the menus are a little faster also than on newer. I say a little, actually a lot faster. So that helps a bit. This is where you're at in the game right now? Alright. What, am I losing time here? Oh, I thought it was saving time. Ah, yeah. I messed up running past the chicken. That was the thing that lost me time. I forgot already. Some fistfuls of ash. Hell yeah. You can use them to stagger her. So you can like use it on her and then hit her a few times and use it on her again and can kind of cheese her like that. saw me. Hmm. Man. This run is too slow, unfortunately. Hmm. Too many mistakes, and especially the double canyon mistake is... Not having double canyon essentially means that the run is extremely unlikely to do anything. Yeah, I used bite down there so it gets rid of the cutscene while the elevator is moving me up. Otherwise I would have to wait next time I die. Like here. Fuck! I waited too long. Yeah, so with these skips, right, you need to die. And it will play the cutscene the first time you die. And it's gonna have you like spam through some cutscene and like, yeah. But let him punch me so I could more easily die. Need the right death time to get launched correctly. So I need to get myself to 10 health, or 9 or 10 health, both works. And then I need to take 5 ticks of poison to die at a specific point in the flight to get a certain amount of speed to land in the right location. That's essentially the setup for it. And that's also why I like fall down in a specific way. That's also to lower my HP to a specific amount. Like you can get down there without taking that like hard fall animation, but then the health won't work out for the skip. By poison? Well, on this patch there's no death barrier there, but there are some other death barriers that you saw me land in, so no. My timing was slightly off, so I landed into a different death plane that is around there. There's like a hole that you need to squeeze yourself in between 2 death planes, and then you know, you fall down on top of the arena after some time, where if you were playing on current patch you would be flying in the air for like, I don't know, 30 seconds or something, and then you would for like 20 seconds, and then you would die by hitting the death plane eventually. But that's way further down. Man, this is really slow. What? Okay. Interesting. It did the jump, but I didn't get a delayed jump, and it didn't get. Oh, I didn't get a sprint jump. Whoa, on. I played the demo. I was gonna play it when it came out, but I just didn't get around to it, so I haven't played it. With all these games, I just end up playing Sekiro instead. Like whenever it's like, oh, I should play this game, but then I'm like, let's play Sekiro instead. Especially when it's like a game where I want to play it for the challenge, kind of. So I end up just playing Sekiro, and then all the other games I play are like kind of chill games. Remnant? Yeah, I know about the game. It's, you know, Dark Souls with guns or whatever. I haven't played a lot of these non-FromSoft games in this genre. I work a lot within the actual FromSoft games because they have more overlap. And so, for the videos that I like to make and such, I mainly focus around the FromSoft games, although there are a few other games that I've played, but not many in the genre. Like, I played Code Vein, and I can say that that's like the worst game I ever played. How much would be behind here? 13 seconds. That's not too good. That's gonna be hard to make up for. Ah, okay. That was such weird timing. Usually you have a little bit of time to react after. The jumps. The one on the tower isn't that bad, as long as you make sure to go off of the side / the corner. because the back of the thing is like impossible to delay jump off of. But the side is way more, like very lenient actually compared to other delay jumps. But yeah, I didn't get double canyon, which is like the most important one to hit in terms of having a good run, really. That's the big one with the snake, you know. If I don't get it, then it's pretty much like run over immediately, and the only reason I don't reset immediately when I miss it is just to kind of like play a lot more. Oh, what? Okay. That was a little weird. Monkey skip? Yeah, I know about monkey skip. I did it in my 80% speedrun. That one's pretty fucking hard and inconsistent. Like, oh well, you know, it's like, it's inconsistent because it's hard. It's pretty brutal. One is harder than the cheese for Demon of Hatred. The demon, or like the tower jump, is one of the easier delayed jumps, but it is pretty hard for some people because if you take the the angle that is easiest to delay jump off of. It means that you need to move yourself in midair, which means that you either need to be using keyboard and mouse, or you need to claw grip most of the time, or you need to be really fast on your fingers. You can do it without claw gripping and such, but you need to be really fast. And most people decide on trying to run off the corner, which makes it harder, but it means that they don't have to turn the camera. But if you are well acquainted with claw gripping, then it's pretty easy. When you realize that you can delay jump off of the side of the tower, and the window for the timing will be very generous for the delay jump, because a delay jump is not just straight. It's not the same on every ledge. It depends on the ledge. Some are near frame perfect and others are not near frame perfect at all. Like the ogre skip is near frame perfect, the monkey skip is frame perfect or near frame perfect. The canyon skip, double canyon skip is frame perfect or near frame perfect. The Yobu skip is like way more lenient in terms of how much time you have to press the jump. But that does assume that you're doing it in the way that speedrunners do it. Because like every guide shows you jumping off of the corner because it's kind of easier on the for the controls. But the corner has an issue in that sometimes it will push you to the left and then you'll try delay jumping off of the back of the tower, which is not really a thing. I don't know if it's frame perfect or if it's just straight up impossible on it. But yeah, you're not really gonna have that work jumping on the back of the tower. Gotta go off the side. With the corner wall, yeah, this ogre one is pretty hard to learn because of the change you need to do in direction. And also, it's pretty precise. Yeah, second try is not bad. Can definitely work with that. I need to get double canyon though. That's how it always is. Nope. Thank you, Sekiro Enjoyer. It's a great name. I agree. Boy! Actually, YOLO can't work here. So we'll just take the normal route. Your favorite FromSoft game? Hell yeah, it's also mine. Something Elden Ring bad. Oh. Ah! Panic. Do you not agree with my Elden Ring take? Elden Ring is a... Okay, Elden Ring is a good game, but every time I play it, I can't stop complaining. Yeah. That's the only thing. It's literally impossible to play the game and not complain non-stop. My takes are shit. Yeah, that's a very fair opinion. Oh. I don't know if anyone else has it the same way with Elden Ring, where it's like every time, like oh my god, what is this FPS? Bro, what the Sigma? Yeah, this is not a skill issue, this is an FPS issue. Clueless. Anyway, yeah, anytime I play Elden Ring, I'm like everything that happens, the only thing I can say is that's so stupid. Yeah, yeah. Where my default like response in Sekiro is more to laugh or make a joke or whatever, but Elden Ring it's just like but that I don't, that's not even to do with like, it's not because I'm not having fun when I play it. It's just that like, I don't know. It just happens. Guess it's kind of typical like Dark Souls thing where it's like whenever something like it's kind of like a part of the game is to rage and complain. All right. Damn. Whoops. That's fine. You ideally don't want to just randomly jump though. Running is a little bit faster. Okay, he doesn't fall. All right. You know what? I think I'm gonna end it here because, like, yeah, I'm not doing so good today with the runs. My brain is kind of melted. Maybe I should try doing some offline attempts or something. Not sure. I do have this quite often when I run. Like my brain gets kind of like fried, and I can't focus as much. But yeah. I see the worm is on. That's pretty sick. So for the Twitch people, we can raid him. He's doing derusting any percent. Passiflora has been kind of closing in on him in 80%. And so I think he's getting ready to fight back when his record gets taken. Alright. Let's raid the dog and I'll see you guys later. Had a good time. Sure. We did a bit of yapping and so on. Did a bit of runs. Tested a new thing and it seemed to be pretty decent, but not quite worth it yet for me at least. But we'll see though. Maybe time changes and someone comes up with like a very intuitive setup or something. Yeah. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.